I made this.
My design speaks for itself.
Fashion has no limits.
We are fierce. God thinks we're all great. I'm just a little bit better. Just kidding. You're super. Pew, pew, pew.
Crikey, where's the Barbie?
My inspiration is the lovely Mrs. Rass and Mrs. Schumann, who are just so talented, and every time I see one of their costumes I just get so inspired and want to design things myself.
I get my inspiration from my grandma mostly because she taught me how to sew, but the rest of my family is pretty creative, so I guess I get it from them.
I like expressing myself and, being creative and just being kind of out there and weird. And we're allowed to do that in my class, so yeah.
Sure to get my good side. I'm not gonna tell you about the side that is. Just get it.
What are those drawings right there?
I'm doing Obama's wife's inauguration gown. I kind of want it to be kind of conservative because it's the presidential's wife, but I also want to have it some idea of regalness, like royalty.
This is my Michelle Obama dress, but apparently it's just too much.
Do you have any color ideas?
No, it's gonna be black and white all the way.
I don't know, it's in the works. It's still kind of
It's rough, but I'm getting there. I'll show you an earlier picture where we didn't have enough money to get the good models. She was pretty cheap.
What was your hardest challenge?
Probably a challenge where we had to make an outfit for an American Girl doll because I have no sewing experience whatsoever.
First, I made this one. I took 2 strips of fabric on each side and wove it, and then made a circle skirt for this doll.
We got to design clothes for a doll. We just got to do whatever we wanted, and it was fun.
So basically what I did was I had a rectangle and I just cut a hole in the middle and then pulled it over its head and then cut around it, and then I fringed it at the bottom and just had an extra strip that I made into a headband.
The hardest challenge was probably the one where we recycled different fabrics.
We had to take 2 different objects of clothing that were really ugly and then put them together and make something new.
We had all these ugly fabrics, but we were supposed to make stuff out of them.
I had this really funky black, just completely lace top that was it was odd, and then this really big grandma blue dress. So it was fun.
That was hard because the fabrics clashed.
And I completely pinned it because I can't sew, and I definitely pricked myself and a little dribble of blood, and it was just so dramatic. I have a little scar from it. It was a bummer.
Probably the hardest challenge was the Willy Wonka.
We got to design a costume for Willy Wonka for the next CYT show.
We had to design it after the Gene Wilder movie.
And it's really hard because all of the costumes were already made, so we have to kind of put our own twist on things.
My favorite challenge has probably been the one we're doing now with the trash bags and the newspapers.
This is trash sheet. As you can tell, it's very beautiful and avant-garde. The inspiration was trash and how it is in our earth and how we use it so much, as you can tell.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you making an eco-political statement?
Yes, exactly.
All right.
It's a trash bag with newspapers stuffed in it, and Delaney and Hannah made it.
It had a newspaper skirt and it was all puffy, and then it had a shirt, a strapless green shirt.
My work compares to my classmates' work. Well, it's kind of farther out there. I got some newspaper and I made it into a bow type thing, folding one piece like that. And then I put it on the back of Caitlin's back.
We only got 15 minutes for this one, so we just collaboratively put everything together, all of our ideas, and just made them all into different dresses.
I'm wearing clothes, and then on top of the clothes, my friends designed this duct tape and newspaper outfit. It's great because it's really cheap. You guys can get this,
behind a building in a dumpster, maybe under your deck or something.
I was just really inspired by nature and everything in it and God's creatures.
My madre inspired me because she's a little costumer, designer extraordinaire, so I wanted to design because of her, kind of.
Delaney, what are we doing?
Well, we are designing a dress, and see, oh, this is what I've got the plans right here.
What part of the design process is this?
The cutting the tape part.
What is the purpose of the tape? What do you
To hold the dress together.
We are making little puffs to go on her shoulders, so they'll go off the side with newspaper and Walmart sack.
It is going exactly as planned.
Oh.
It looks great. Now, are we gonna do we're gonna shave her head though, right? So we get the
explain
shaver.
to me, what are these wings here?
Obviously.
This appears to be some sort of unitard with a, I
Yes.
don't remember what these are called.
You know, I know, but
And a flower.
yes.
Whereas she appears to be wearing a trash bag with a tape belt.
It's a new
There's
method.
no wings or flowers. What are you gonna make the wings out of?
It's a new method we're trying. We design something and then make something completely different.
But the buzzword is...
Self-worth.
Okay, how does that relate to the class?
I think it's really just, it's nice to be able to just go in there and draw whatever we want and show other people, and they all are really encouraging, so it just kind of gives us a little boost of confidence.
We can just do whatever we want to do, and we don't have to feel bad or weird about it because they all we encourage each other. So
You respect yourself, and even though fashion is on the outside, it makes you feel good on the inside.
You have to look at the person and not what the person is wearing.
A lot of people get too caught up in what they look like, and they have to be confident in who they are in Christ. And even though it's fun to get all dressed up and design things, we have to remember that what makes us special is what's on the inside.
We all value ourselves and our creativity, and it's not a competition. So we're not looking at each other and comparing. Being a designer and seeing your own projects on people uplifts your self-esteem because you're proud that you made something. And self-worth. Yes.
Wow, you people ask a lot of questions.